September the 29th, moths. There are still many moths flying throughout September, other than those already seen in previous months. Immigrants may be swelling numbers, as well as others now producing a second generation. Moths with variable moltings and melanistic forms can easily be confused as completely new moths. The female shuttle-shaped dart is naturally much darker than the male, and therefore easily confused with its melanistic forms, which happen to be quite rare. Moths regularly seen now include the sebaceous Hebrew character moth, the vaporer, brimstone, and herald, as they all have such long flight periods. The silver wire and angle shades have so many generations, they may well be seen in almost any month. Other moths easily encountered this month include the square spot rustic, the flounce rustic, the grey pine carpet, and brown pinion moth. The latter may well be found in almost all London gardens. It is always worth looking for moths around any outside lights, but this month examining ivy flowers and blackberry bushes with a torch may be equally successful. As in other months, it is usually the hawk moths that are the most impressive and tend to catch our attention. They first get noticed as they hurtle past, just allowing us a momentary glance. If you are lucky enough to find one resting, identification is usually easy due to their extravagant markings. The eyed hawk moth is one species that tends to be resting during the day, but it is the hummingbird hawk moth that is most likely to be noticed when it stops abruptly and hovers as it feeds on its favourite garden plants such as valerian, phlox, jasmine, or petunias. Other hawk moths, such as the oleander, spurge, convolvulus silver-striped, and the infamous death's head hawk moth, are all very rare, but there may still be a slight chance of seeing a poplar hawk moth, which could easily now be on its second generation, especially if it's been a warm summer. Other impressive moths worth looking out for are the frosted orange, grey shoulder knot, great brocade, peach blossom, as well as the unassuming mouse. Although small, the frosted orange has a striking golden yellow crossband, as well as distinctly kidney-shaped markings. Its caterpillars feed inside the stem of thistles, mulleins, and burdocks, eventually always pupating with their heads pointing downwards. This month, adults break out of these stems and may be just seen resting on the foliage. The grey shoulder knot is one of the more handsome of an absolute legion of grey moths. In this case, it is the cold grey marble colour that catches our attention. It is common enough in oakwoods in parks and may even be expanding its range. The Great Brocade is a very rare immigrant and one of the most beautiful of all the noctuids. It is both larger and longer than most and has a wealth of zigzag lines, as well as a scalloped edge with a white fringe. It comes to light, but mainly late in the night. The peach blossom is always on most moth watchers' wish list because of the large rosy-coloured spots on its wings that have been romantically compared to fallen petals. It is best looked for at the end of a hot summer on blackberry bushes, where it likes to feed on overripe berries. It seems to avoid central London, although it has been recorded in Buckingham Palace Gardens. The Jersey tiger is more like a butterfly than a moth because of its tiger-like markings. In this case, they are cream stripes set on a black background with bright orange and hindwings which remain hidden when it's resting. This moth used to be a very rare visitor, but luckily is becoming more and more common with our autumns getting warmer. Although carpet moths are not usually impressive, it is worth looking for the different forms of the common marbled carpet. Its wings are highly variable, with different amounts of black, white, smoky brown, or sienna. Unfortunately, in London, there seem to be rather too many melanistic forms. Lastly, any list of impressive moths has to include the mouse. This is not for its shiny mouse grey colour, but for its curious way of running away like a mouse when it's disturbed. It is so reluctant to fly that it is often seen running into the entrances or exits of train tunnels.